Can you believe it's been 20 years since the guy who gave us redneck jokes, the guy who gave us a little funny jokes with Here's Your Sign, plus a couple of names that got to be new to me when I saw this film. One that likes big called tire salad, and one who says, "Get done!" Made a big foray onto the big screen in a fun-filled concert movie. You got it. Here's my review of Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Gear done. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Dual, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 2003 stand-up comedy concert flick, Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie, released by Warner Bros., starring Jeff Foxworthy and Bill Engvall, along with their fellow Blue Collar Comics colleagues, Ron White and Larry the Cable Guy. The movie is similar in nature to that of the film The Original Kings of Comedy. This film got released on this day, March 28, 2003. It did okay. It didn't play out in so many theaters. But anyway, the film features live stand-up performances filmed at the Dodge Theater in Phoenix, Arizona on July 21st, 2002. And it also features behind-the-scenes segments highlighting the individual comedians. Like, of course, it'll take place in the mall or at a day spa. And what have you, I gotta say, it was really something. It also included David Alan Grier and a few others making cameo appearances. Anyway, I've seen the film before, but I needed to revisit the film before I got into the review. Now, the full movie is actually available on YouTube to check out if you haven't seen it. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, the first one who starts off the show is Ron White. Now, I wasn't too familiar with him until I watched the film. And I gotta say, he's really a funny guy. And let me tell you something. Ron White's just exceptionally a pretty funny guy here. They call me Tater Salad. Yeah, I must admit, he had a lot of funny stuff and what have you. Later on in the film, he actually talks about him getting thrown out of a bar by a bunch of bouncers and what have you. That was pretty gosh darn hilarious. And then they brought in Larry the Cable Guy, who, of course, I would later that same year would get his Lord I Apologize CD, and I really enjoyed it. That got me introduced to a little more of him, and of course his famous catchphrase of "Gear done." Yeah, hearing him talk about all sorts of funny things, and then his other famous phrase, "I don't care who you are, that's funny right there." Yeah, of course, Larry would be probably one of the most famous of the group. I mean, aside from the last two, because, of course, this would be before he'd go on to voice Mayor in the Disney and Pixar Cars franchise. And have some movies of his own, including Larry the Cable Guy, Health Inspector, Delta Fars, which also had Bill Engvall, I'll get to in just a bit, and Witless Protection. Anyway, yeah. Larry provided all sorts of funny things, including some of the things I actually did hear on the Lord I Apologize album. That was absolutely pretty funny. Then, of course, came Mr. Here's Your Sign, Bill Engvall. Now, he would give those jokes right about the end. Well, I won't really have to spoil everything, because this is a concert movie, so I'd say it's safe to talk about that. But anyway, Bill talked about a lot of funny things that had gone on with him and what have you. And then, of course, we finished off with Jeff Foxworthy, the man behind You might be a redneck if. Yeah. And let me tell you, he did those at the end too. After he talked so much about what had been going on with him and what have you, all four of them got together and talked some stories and what have you. And Bill did some here's your sign jokes, and Jeff Foxworthy did some of his you might be a redneck jokes. Did a few new ones. Some I had recently heard through some of his albums. And even some of the guys even raised their hands if they proved that they were a redneck of what Jeff just said. Oh boy. It was just absolutely, really, really crazy. Really, really something. Let's see. Yeah. But even so, I thought it was absolutely, really, really funny. You get to hear some pretty fun songs and what have you on its soundtrack as well. Aside from the company, you get to hear Chris Cagle doing a cover of Leonard Skinner's "Don't Ask Me No Questions," which you see him and the guys do at the end credits. You also get to hear a cover of Buck Owens' "Act Naturally," and Brad Paisley doing his cover of ZZ Top's "Sharp Dressed Man." I gotta say, this movie was absolutely really funny. So my thoughts on it was, well, I've never actually really taken the time to watch much of a stand-up comedy concert film, but with this one, I made an exception. After watching it, I got to like Ron White and Larry the Cable Guy. Since I was already a fan of Jeff Foxworthy and Bill Engvall for several years, since after getting introduced to them in the mid 90s, these guys were just so incredible. And anyway, and then after that, there would be two direct-to-video sequels. Next one would be Blue Collar Comedy Tour Rise Again, which came out in December of 2004, where just a few months before this, that same year, Jeff, Bill, and Larry would be a part of TV's Blue Collar TV, which aired on the now defunct WB network and get rerun on Comedy Central. Comedy Central actually reran the movie, although they edited when it was aired, in addition to editing of the stand-up material for time and content, a cameo appearance by Heidi Klum was completely cut out. So you'll have to watch the full movie to see her in it. Yeah. But anyway, the film currently holds a 92% score on Rotten Tomatoes, has received near universal critical acclaim, praising the irreverent jokes and humor. Just like what you could get from any of those guys. Now, Ron White wasn't part of Blue Collar TV. He did make a few appearances on the show, but that was it. Anyway, Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie, it was absolutely funny. I'll review the direct-to-video sequels later on down the road and what have you. So overall, with all the funny jokes and what have you, and with four great funny guys, would I recommend Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie? The answer is hell yeah. If you're into stuff like this, and this would be right up your alley. Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie, I do like it, and don't mind the Band-Aid. Kind of got, I was kind of got a slight cut at work and what have you. But anyway, yeah, Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie. Definitely look into it. The full movie is available on YouTube. Check it out. But have you ever seen Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie? Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my Def Leppard songs ranking. So I do hope you liked this, and if you did, check out some of these other fun-filled flicks and what have you, but these might not be concert flicks, but they have a lot of crazy stuff in it. I think the best thing to do is give you my reviews on a real fun-filled, some real fun-filled country-themed flicks and what have you. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of one of my favorite buddy flicks, Smokey and the Bandit from 1977. The upper right-hand corner is my review of 1982's Six Pack with the late great Kenny Rogers, which I did in memoriam of him. Well, to the late great Kenny Rogers. Or if you want something else that's not so comical, you can go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of Pure Country with King George himself, George Strait, that is. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.